Hey, I'm here again. I feel like I need to clarify a lot of things, but at the same time, I'm going to be a broken record. Um, there's still no ceasefire. Innocent civilians are still being targeted and slaughtered by a government in power that's oppressing them and occupying them. And that is where I see the problem. And there's a lot of people who don't accept this plea for humanity to stop genocide, and they are really, to me, they're anti-Palestine or anti-Palestinians because the death toll, the inhumane slaughter of human beings, is apparently a political opinion now, and the morality has been pushed to the back, and I don't agree with that. When, for example, all our efforts in these protests is to get something going so we can stop this genocide. We're trying to save lives. We're not trying to uh, preach on some more violence to another group of people. No, that's opposite. That's against everything that we stand for. Otherwise, we are here for humanity, and when we see something very inhumane, the good thing to do is try to do something to stop it. And what's going on is we have a lot of these anti-Palestinian people labeling and redefining what our message is. So, for example, the message from river to sea, that is just showing the area, the land of Palestine, and the Palestinians in it deserve to be free in the home that they have, that's been theirs. And it's just to leave them alone. In my perfect world, I would have stopped this way soon, as soon as possible. And when I say like free Palestine, and my wishes is to leave them alone, let them be, don't control their airspace, don't control what goes in and out, don't control their water, don't control their electricity, don't control their food. Let them be. Let them be as their own country in what little space they have these days. That is getting even smaller, as this genocide's point is to expand the state of Israel. And we're seeing that. That is not a theory or anything. We see bulldozers laying flat the land and destroying houses and marking their territory, and it's disgusting, and it's blatant, and it's being supported. And the people who are against or hate what we are trying to do with stop the genocide, ceasefire, and to have the Palestinians be free is they're relabeling and redefining our message. And like Elon is a good example. We're here at the protests. I see people of all ethnicities and all faiths. A lot of Muslims, of course. But I see Christians. I meet Jews. I meet atheists, agnostics, all kinds of people, families, all ages, who are just protesting so we can make a difference, hopefully, and save lives, because our government apparently does not like to. And that's what we're doing. Yet Elon, for example, as I said earlier, he says we're marching for terrorists. Or people are being racist towards, or this is for racism towards the Jewish community, which is wrong. And that's false of what we are standing for. It's a good example of people not listening to us on purpose. Even the reasoning for no ceasefire has changed over the days and weeks. It seems like there's only excuses just to prolong this genocide until it meets its completion. And with how long it's gone on and no one can stop it is just horrifying. And I'm not the first American to speak freely in displeasure of their government and their administration and president, and I won't be the last. That's one of the beautiful things about this country, is that we have the freedom of speech, but I see parts of that being taken away. And every moment counts, because we have to voice up against injustice, because if you don't, you just allow more injustice to carry forth. And I can't, in my heart, allow that to happen. I have to do something. And a lot of people feel the same way I do. That's why we all are growing in numbers and trying to do what we can to save lives. We're not wanting to kill anyone, no. And the thought of that is just ignorant and a refusal to listen to what we're saying and doing. True, I don't like a lot of political leaders, and that's not based on their ethnicity or heritage or faith. It's based on what they are doing and have said that they will do. For example, Netanyahu said that he wants to turn Gaza into an island of ruins. We've seen and have video footage and stuff from Israelis over the last years, 2 years ago even, where they're chanting for a Nakba too. And that is they have a name for their specific genocide of killing Palestinians. This is wrong. It needs to stop. We need to focus on better solutions, not convenient solutions of like, oh, these people are going to now claim a war on this group and use that as an excuse to carpet bomb civilians and use it as an excuse to carry out the Nakba that they were going to do anyways. And I think they just needed some propaganda early on in order to get funding and support from the U.S. And we're already suffering as a country and economy, and we're giving billions of dollars to kill other people in another country, other civilians. And the numbers are astounding. It's enough to make God cry, it feels like. And even in today, in my notes here, Israel officially admits the Israeli army bombed at the Nova Festival and killed 364 Israelis. So Israeli people have been killed by their own military force. And that's coming out later, after the inaccurate story of October 7th that got everyone bloodthirsty to kill and be okay with killing other people, and then just blame everything on another organization. And also today, it's been reported that at a refugee camp, women, children, and babies were all killed at gunpoint by Israeli forces. So, the plea for freedom of a people is simply that. People deserve to be free. They don't deserve to live in a huge open-air prison. They don't deserve to be mutilated, murdered. And you know what? It's not just them that doesn't deserve such violence and death and destruction. No one deserves violent death and destruction. It's just we see a huge fire in this house right now, and the proper moral reaction would be to try and stop the fire and save all the men, women, and children trapped in the house out so they don't get killed by the fire. It's not just to step back and look at the fire and go, they probably deserve it, or, you know what, Let's figure out what causes fire in general and focus on that. And while this goes down, and then when the fire is over, we'll think about it some more. That's not the right answer. And it's astounding how we have to talk to people who about morality, about this moral conscious. It's weird. It's very disheartening and heartbreaking. And this is a time of Christmas, and I just see a lot of people who are okay with murder, blood, and destruction and death of human beings, or so casual about it, or they don't care, or they violently don't care about it and aggressively. So people who refuse to see our point, our message, will label us as being prejudiced towards the Jewish community, which is false, super false. Some of my Jewish friends are strongly against this genocide, and the rabbis I've been watching break down why this Nakba and Nakba 2 is wrong is very eye-opening and obvious. So the thing is, some people won't accept you or accept what you're saying, and then they just want to throw a quick label to shut you up or villainize you or dehumanize you, so they don't have to give you the time of day. Literally, there's a friend who's Palestinian, and they have family who've died in Gaza, and they cry every night. They can't sleep. It's traumatic. And I was sharing this point with someone yesterday, and I said, well, we know friends and family who've lost people in Gaza, and we've seen families killed, and that person just said, that's all propaganda. Coldly like that. And that hurt. And I don't recognize a lot of the world around me anymore. But then again, there's a lot of people who have a lot of hope and strength to voice up and spread awareness and try to do something about it. And then I don't feel alone. In fact, these gatherings are filled with love. There's a lot of frustration of the injustice, and I understand that. And you can be frustrated, and you can feel anger, and the thing is, you don't give in to hatred. You take all that energy, that frustration, and you put in a filter of determination to do something good, to hopefully help humanity, not bring it down. And that's what so many of us are trying. It just feels like we're drowning. But I'm just keep swimming, reach the top, get a breath of fresh air, and keep trying to do what we can to save as many lives as we can. This peaceful protest will continue. And I don't appreciate the saboteurs and the slanderers who are trying to set us back. Freedom is literally what this is about. And I'm shocked that so many people are against freedom. And I'm so shocked that people are so okay with the slaughter of thousands of children. Thousands of children. The count yesterday that I saw was 9,420, and it's more with the recent news today. And that's okay because of whatever dehumanization and Islamophobia or whatever you call it has been put into effect, that those thousands of numbers don't matter. A fictional group of a shock story is enough to get people bloodthirsty to be okay with that. I don't understand this. But I'm going through a lot of self-reflection and trying to better myself in this horrific times and other things going on in my life. I am turning to God. I'm turning to our fellow neighbor who cares. And together, hopefully, we can make this world a better place everywhere. This is for worldwide. So if there could be a miracle where we could save Palestine, the Palestinians, it's my big hope that will be a ripple effect to go around all the other places in the world. Lebanon, Syria, Sudan, Congo. There's a lot of injustice going on that we have been, or many people are blinded by because we live in a world of privilege. We don't care. We have to care. Empathy is a good thing. And I know there's bad news, but there's also news that's important that speak to your empathy. Trust that and do something good. And all of us, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, agnostic, atheist, whatever you believe that is good, everyone deserves to be free and with their family and to pursue their dreams. And I'm not going to give up on that. And I just hope the hatred trying to stop this good message doesn't win. Because hope and the community of people speaking up against injustice that's our biggest thing that we have to do. And I hope we can get there. And yeah. So until next time, I hope I don't have to do one of these. I hope tomorrow when I wake up there's some beautiful news that there's no more genocide and it's not a war. So yeah, love your neighbor, love your family, love yourself, and much love. God bless. Palestina Libre. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Just some actions by people in power I'll never understand. I don't know if I could forgive at this point. And it's people's actions for themselves, not their heritage or ethnicity or faith. Everyone's responsible for their own actions. And I pray that your actions will be good. I'm trying to do best by mine to do what I can. And yeah, much love and God bless. Let's make it better tomorrow, huh?